Good morning. Far more readable matches yesterday. Join footballtradingprofits.com for a free trial offer or Betfair trading course and some free Premier League research, which will begin again, I think, on Tuesday and Wednesday, as we have to deal with the FA Cup. There's the free trading course. So sign up. Trading course and Premier League research available for you on Tuesday and Wednesday. Don't forget to subscribe to youtube.com at Football Trading Profits. Hopefully dust off the first live stream of 2025, open to all, but the rest of them for the month will be members only. So come along if you can. Got some great Winter League returnees, winter break returnees, the Dutch, etc., the Germans, and we'll have the Italians, the Spaniards, and everybody else in between. So it'd be great to have some familiar names back. But it's FA Cup weekend in the UK. I'm sure we'll find an angle or two there. Let's have a look at yesterday. Anderlecht absolutely bossed Beerschot. No real trading angles there at all. And it's a second-minute goal, so nothing much doing. I did take insurance out on the 0-1 for Cardiff because Sheffield United's in-play stats suggested they might be up for the cup. But I think this is another well-engineered exit by the Blades in order to focus on the bigger fish of Premier League football. 15 goal attempts, 6 on, 4 off. It was a tight enough match. You could tell that by the shots on and off target, almost exact. Second half, again, very tight indeed. So it was a bit of a risk to take on that Cardiff lead. But Sheffield United's in-play stats at least suggested they were having a go at it, particularly in the second half. Come out with a break even, I'll take that all day long. Everton and Fulham, both similar odds. I did suggest in the Telegram you might want to have a go in the half-time market for a 1.2 shot. 1-0, 2-0, any unquoted in the half-time score market after 20 minutes. If you don't see a goal for such a short price favourite, well, thankfully, Beto read the script and turned up. Very, very tight match yesterday. New management for Everton, of course, with Sean Dyche gone. So many 0-0s, very drab football under Dyche. It's just unexciting, unimaginative, trying to nick a 1-0. Fulham, you could have laid that draw if you trusted the in-play stats, second half, and if you got short enough odds. Jimenez penalty, making it 2-1 to Fulham, and that pretty much sealed the deal. And off to the SPL. There's very little value to be had with an early Dundee FC goal, and we knew that they did tend to keep the Old Firm quiet, at least when they're visiting the Old Firm. Don't tend to concede until the second half. So difficult, I think, for us to take on that draw second half, and a disallowed goal for Adewumi, who had a very good game. Something is up at Rangers. You can beat Celtic 3-0, and then either side of it, 3 score draws. But those of you who did delay, that was the only real way for you to get angle, or go into the half-time market. I did suggest that as well. 1-1, 1-2 would have been my choices in the half-time score market. You'd have been saved by the Cherney goal, at least. But very difficult to find any value because of such an early goal. And Rangers remained very strong. Odds-on favourite throughout. Real Madrid, Mallorca, quick trip to Saudi Arabia. That's just what these two need. I'll get it right in a second. As the Spanish La Liga returns. Mickey Mouse Super Cup. So it'll be a rather inevitable Real Madrid v Barcelona. Who'd have seen that coming? So the Saudis are trying to buy world football. Today, at least we've got some of the big guns back. It's great to see. German Bundesliga returning with a humdinger. Dortmund against Leverkusen. Now, if this is a 0-0, I don't know what I'll do. Lazio against old Perry Como, Cesc Fabregas' side. Let's take a look at a few of these matches using soccerstats.com. So we'll start with Lazio and Como. Como getting a 2-0 win against Roma recently, so they're not going to be fearing the other Roman side. Lazio wheels have fallen off a little bit recently, but they do tend to lose only to the big guns, apart from Parma. That was an aberration. But look at the other teams they've lost to. Roman derby, Inter Milan, Juve, Fiorentina, the winning machines, and a couple of aberrations in Parma and Udinese. But at home, only Inter Milan have beaten Lazio. So they'll be strongly favouring themselves today, I would say. They've only failed to score in 3 matches this season. The 2 of them have come away, and 1 of them has come in a local derby. A couple of wins at home for Como, but it's not the usual, is it, for Cesc Fabregas' side? That was hugely impressive. Late goal fest for Como. And a win against Lecce at home again. Really good stuff at home, but away from home, they did get that win against Atalanta, which was a superb result, but that's not the norm for Fabregas' side. They do tend to conceded in the last 10 away, so expect that tonight, particularly if they score first. Moving down to the challenge table, you can see the problem. 16th against 4th. Look at all of these wins for Lazio against 15th and lower. 100% win record, scoring and conceding. 100% win record at home against 12th and lower. We're looking at Como away. Real struggles. Conceding 2 goals at least against the top 5, playing 4th today. So there is a general pattern here. I know he was a World War II general, but General Patton does turn up now and again. He's a good trader, old General Patton. The general pattern here, both teams to score with Lazio winning. The general pattern here, Como conceding at least 2 goals against the top 5 away from home. So that's our expectation based on seasonal form. And there's no real panic stations at Lazio, as I've said. Apart from Parma and Udinese, it takes one of the big guns to beat them. Watch out for some late action. 10 goals scored in the last half hour of home matches for Lazio. If they are in a spot of bother coming to the 60th minute, they might extricate themselves. This, I would suggest, is down to maybe Cesc Fabregas' substitutions beginning of the second half. Very, very strong start to the second half for Como. So a fascinating match. It's got some strong season-long angles. Can we trust them this evening? We'll soon find out. Dortmund against Bayer Leverkusen. Well, it should be a goal fest, shouldn't it? But this falls into the category for me of a derby-style match. So sometimes form lines can be thrown out of the window. So just be careful. Post-winter break as well. It's going to be a little ring rustiness there as well. Dortmund are unbeaten at home. Leverkusen are unbeaten away. That's a starting point. Both teams have scored, generally speaking, in all bar 1 Dortmund match since the 22nd of September. Quite something. Both teams have scored in all bar 2 matches this season for Bayer Leverkusen. They've only failed to score once this season as well, and that was a pre-Champions League 0-0 against Stuttgart, when all of the Champions League contenders were just having awful times of it. Look at Leipzig there on the same day. So, on paper, we've got both teams to score. Dortmund have scored in the last 13. Leverkusen are unbeaten in the last 13. Scored 2+ goals in the last 5. It's going to be a humdinger of a match, but I couldn't pick the winner. It's a top 6 clash, and already Dortmund have drawn against first, beaten third, and fourth at home. They're not going to be fearing anybody today. Leverkusen, just superb, aren't they? But a strong both teams to score pattern for them. Looking at the goal times, anything to interest? About 50-50, but Leverkusen away from home, if they are to get the win, you'd expect them to be eyeing a first half goal, won't you? 2/3 of their goals away have been scored in the first half. That might open the door up to an over 2.5 goal play, by which I mean wait for 15 minutes at 0-0, then back over 2.5 goals. If we get that goal before half time, cash out and make yourself a guaranteed return if you get a first half goal. Simple as that. It's a fascinating match. Another fascinating match this evening. Very difficult to unpack, as the market suggests there. We'll have a look at one more, and this could be a reminder to you not to play these kind of matches. My conclusion here, before even looking at the stats, is that this is going to be too tight to call. Both of these sides are going to be tough to split. Fortuna Sittard and Go Ahead Eagles. Let's see if we're right about this. The market can't split these two. Can we find an angle in? Don't forget, this is post-winter break, so Fortuna Sittard will be a little disappointed at having to have that winter break because they've only got 2 defeats since the 28th of September. Really solid stuff. One of them against Twente, and at home, 4 wins in the last 5 at home, scoring 3 goals in 2 of the last 3 at home. Go Ahead Eagles went into the break with decent home form, but failing to win in the last 4 away and conceding heavily enough. 2-1, 3-3. 3 goals conceded in the last 2 away matches. So both teams have scored in the last 6 for Sittard. Overall, not just at home. This is a top 8 clash. 0-2 to Go Ahead Eagles the last time these two met, but look at Go Ahead Eagles away against the top 11. No win yet. Look at Go Ahead Eagles away against the top 9, conceding 2 goals at least. Fortuna Sittard, no draw at home, you'll note. Are they? I don't know if they're going to turn up. They've lost to first, 6th and 12th, so they can lose in turn against any side at any part of the table. That's probably the reasoning behind 2.5 the favourite, but Go Ahead Eagles away form is terrible against the top 10. Their form home and away against the top 9 is also terrible. On that basis, they might be vulnerable if scoring first, but do remember 2.5 the favourite. The market can't split these two today. Goal times. Any strong angles? Not necessarily. 60% of goals scored by Go Ahead have come second half. 61st minute onwards, if Fortuna are going to score, they're going to be scoring 60th minute onwards. Now, do remember, this lot tend to concede 2 goals away from home. Are we going to be able to trust that today? Got a whole smattering of other matches. French League, couple of odds-on favourites away from home, both involved in the Champions League. That's not coming to us till about the 20th of Jan, so no excuses for this lot. And we've also got Rayo Vallecano against Celta Vigo, 2.7 the favourite. These are nearly the highest odds you can get for a pre-match favourite in the match odds market. Tells you a real story, doesn't it? Very, very tough to beat. But it's an excellent set of fixtures this evening. I hope to be up and about just to do an additional bonus for you. It's normally my day off because I'll be working the weekend. Standard Liège in the Jupiler League. Jupiler League returning from a winter break as well in Belgium. And the Czech 1 League returns as well with Hradec Králové, strong favourite away at Mladá Boleslav. This is a very early kickoff, 9:30 a.m. Moving down, the FA Cup continues. The Claret and Blue derby, Aston Villa against West Ham. It's a difficult one to unpack. Premier League sides. Don't know whether Unai Emery and Lopetegui will be up for the cup, or will they try to extricate themselves out of these competitions as early as possible because of the fixture congestion. Wycombe against Pompey, haven't got a clue. Premier League 2, normally an over 2.5 goal league. You can check out Premier League 2 here. You head off to leagues, look up England Premier League 2. It's here somewhere, I'm sure. There we go, Premier League 2 stats. And then you can look at the individual teams and how they get on goals wise in this section here. And thanks to Paul Dunwoody for this. So take yourselves through the coupon today and just check out the overs percentages in what is a good overs league. Tend to look at the totals, season long, 2.5 goal. Tend to look at the last 8, recent momentum, 2.5 goal. Aston Villa, Middlesbrough, Chelsea, Man City, Tottenham, Sunderland, 100% overs in the last 8 matches. Wow. Then you look at the home side only at home. Look how many 100%ers we've got. Blackburn, Everton, Sunderland, Man City, Norwich, Fulham. Wow. And the away sides, away form for overs. Again, how many 100%ers have we got there? So it does look a good league for over 2.5 goals. You've got to be creative though, because the market has probably factored in this. So for me, it's delaying all the way, unless you want to be backing 1.33 for over 2.5 goals. You could do all of this in an accumulator if you fancied it, because you've got a really good chance of it coming in. I've just shown you how many 100% stats we've had. So that could be something for you to look at. Professional Development League as well. Well known, 74% over 2.5 goals. French Ligue 2. Bonjour, Rodders. Initial look at the odds on favourites. Red Star getting an unexpected win against top of the league, Paris FC, last week. Is a gentle reminder to you that heading into these lower tiers, you can get the odd surprise result, which could surprise your Betfair betting bank. Martigues, or Martigues, newly promoted as well, playing Clermont Foot, who are recently relegated from French Ligue 1. So just on paper, that to me looks like a decent play, doesn't it, to take on the newly relegated side, newly promoted side with home advantage. These are great leagues. Get to know them. France, Spanish Segunda, Italian Serie A B, really good stuff. Just fleshes out the coupon as well on a Saturday and a Sunday. Helps us increase the pool of matches we can choose from. Eerste Divisie, what I would recommend for a bit of fun, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals accumulator. It's come in a couple of times. When it does come in, ka-ching. You're always going to have a good run for your money in the Eerste Divisie. Very, very well known for goals. You have a quick look at the standings to see who you should be focusing on. Up at the top, Volendam, Excelsior, Dordrecht, and Den Bosch. And at the bottom, the strugglers, Vitesse Arnhem. Wow, what a fall from grace. Used to be top 5, top 6 in the Eredivisie. Utrecht and VVV Venlo as well, strugglers. Could be a good sign for goals as well when you've got strugglers like that. It's a good league for goals. So it's a nice old coupon this evening. If I've got nothing planned, I will certainly be doing a little bit of football trading, that's for sure. Spanish Segunda, Granada against Burgos. We're going to have a quick look at this before I go. Granada newly relegated. So should be logically favoured, shouldn't they? Let's have a look at Burgos. Few stats and matches for both teams. So only 4 defeats since the 7th of September for Granada, 3 of them coming away from home. Look pretty solid at home, don't they? Started off poorly, but only 1 defeat since then against Levante, who I believe are newly relegated as well. Coming off with 3 wins in the last 4 at home. Pretty good stuff. Burgos are going through a bit of a solid run themselves over the Christmas period. Unbeaten since the 8th of December. Looking to keep things very tight defensively as well, as you can see there. Not conceded that second goal. So is this attack v defence today? Conceded in the last 7 away, though, without a win away, Burgos. So they could be vulnerable today, particularly against a newly relegated side. Sorry, I'll get that right eventually. Against 16th and lower, Granada are unbeaten. 2-2 last time these two met. Only the 1 defeat at home against 10th and lower, but tend to do their wins against 19th and lower at home. Burgos away. Well, only the 1 win was a 1-0. Failed to score that second goal against the top 7, playing 8th today. Could be vulnerable if they score first, Burgos. That would be a ready angle for me if we can trust seasonal form. As ever, it's what happens with the in-play stats. If the in-play stats marry our conclusions, we are in for a profitable match. Granada's scoring tends to come in waves. The 16th to 30th minute, 76th to 90th minute. So if they do need goals late on, they look trustworthy, don't they? 75th minute onwards. But look at Burgos. All of their second half goals away have been scored in the second half. So all of their second half goals have been scored in the second half, of course, and in the 75th to 90th minute. So I think we might have some late goals here. You can see that. Target the 75th minute for a potential change in the scoreline. So that is an interesting match, isn't it? Granada and Burgos. I'll have that on my watch list, particularly for late action. Prachuap, where I actually live, Prachuap Khiri Khan. They're playing Nongbua Pichaya today. The mighty Nongbua Pichaya. I know absolutely nothing about Prachuap FC, but this is my local club. They are pants, I would suggest. No, they're not. Going through a pretty solid run. Look at this. Prachuap Khiri Khan. Ever since I've left Thailand, they're suddenly clicking into gear. Well, they haven't been having a winter break, that's for sure. Don't know what they've been up to since the 29th of November. There's no winter break in Thailand because it's warm, warm, warm all the way through. I actually should have been going back to Thailand yesterday, but I've had to stay on. Thankfully, I stayed on because yesterday we went to the doctor and we got stuck in a lift. So if anybody knows whether I can claim compensation for being stuck in a lift with an 84-year-old invalid and a mother with a sore back, let me know, please, if I can claim any compensation. That would be excellent. I will be phoning them today, getting the old sob story out. I've also got a torn meniscus as well. I don't like being trapped in confined spaces. So if anybody knows whether I can sue, do let me know. Or if you've got any experience of claiming compensation for being stuck in a lift. So I'll be with you in the UK till the 3rd of February at least. So I can do a lot more of these evening sessions. It's going to be a lot more difficult in Thailand with the time difference, of course. But good coupon today. I don't have any plans this evening, having given up the booze, so I won't be going down the pub. So this looks very appealing to me. I want to increase my betting bank as well. Saturday is where it all returns. I've got a really solid coupon on Saturday. So don't forget, members, you've got the research here for you, all ready there for you. Football Trading Profits YouTube channel, please do subscribe, because highly likely to be a live stream tomorrow, and it will be the first live stream of 2025. So therefore, I will open it up to all. But all of the other live streams during January will be for members only. Don't forget the free trial offer, and also just in time for the Premier League's return on the 14th, is it? And 15th. Drum roll, please. Come on, don't be shy. There it is. 14th and 15th in lieu of the FA Cup this weekend. Do please head on over, take out a look at the Trading Made Easy course and the free Premier League research. There it is there for you. All of the links are below the YouTube video. So I hope to see you for the trading course. I'll be offering a few more details as well, particularly in some tutorial videos. What I'm really trying to do is nail the second half, lay the draw. I've got a really good low liability way of laying the draw so we can profit big if we get that single goal, but we can also keep our liability to almost a break even if it ends 0-0 or if there's no second half goal. So that's intriguing technique, and it could make you some good money. Have a great Friday. Normally my day off, but certainly members, I don't intend going out this evening unless we've got some family plans, but certainly I'll be up and around for what is a far more interesting coupon today. Great to see the winter break leagues returning, and great to see the quality teams out and about. I've had enough of Kilmarnock v Motherwell myself. I don't know about you.